Hi again. I hope you are doing well. So today in this session, we're gonna work and talk about the two last examples on trades we had, and I'm gonna explain each one of them step by step, that you can fully understand what was the strategy and what were the steps we took for taking those positions. So here in pound AUD, here as you can see in this leg, let me show you the leg. Here we had a bear trend, and as you can see, this low is the last low before the lowest low that we can see on the chart. So we're gonna mark this low, and in the return, let's go to lower time frame to make it more visible. So here we're gonna take the break. Nothing is complicated. We are just using all those three methods that we already know. So far so good. And in the return, we're gonna take this kick. And so far, you should be able to recognize the, um, the main form of the kinks we have on the charts. For example, here, even if you see the chart without any boxes and zones, you should be able to mark and see this one, this kink, without even considering the past zones, boxes, and kinks that we already took. So here in this zone, this is the minor and major method that we already discussed. Let's go to lower time frame again to make it more visible. Here, you can see we have a minor, and at the end, the box got expanded with the major move, and you can see here. So at first, it passed the line here, and it made us a minor move. Then it went back and it made us another move, which was bigger, and we call it major. And that is why we call it minor and major move. So this is the whole box. And here, you can see that before making this high, the price was here, right? But it consumed some orders that they were, we can assume that we had a lot of fresh orders here, and the price went down, all the way down, and consumed the orders here. And that is why it made us a new high here. So the break of this point will be important for the MPL we're gonna find. So it's so simple. This is the king before the lowest low, which is here. Let me remove the line. And here, on the other hand, we just simply take the break, which is here. Let me, okay, I think it's fine. So we go to lower time frame because we want to find the MPL in this king. And be careful, because in this box, as you can see, the price went up and it went down and consumed the orders. But you should always consider this point, that's the main king still is the main one that we found at the first place. So as soon as that the price is still inside the box, the bigger box, so we can still rely on the MPL we found or we find in the future. So here in this little box, still this is the minor and major, and we can find the last high before the lowest low, forming the lowest low we have. So here I'm gonna take the minor, and in return I'm gonna take the break, and in return another kink. And as you can see, the price went out of the box and it went down and it break the zone that we had here. So we're gonna take the break, which is a huge box here. And as you can see, the price went up to the 80% of the king. So we can assume that in this box we had an appeal, and the price consumed the fresh orders we had here. And in return, we should look for the break, right? So since I didn't see anything, I didn't see any break here in the 5 minute chart, I changed the time frame to 1 minute, and I'm gonna take this one as our break and as our final MPO. So the price, you see here, let me show you. Okay, here you can see this is our final MPO, and the price went out of the box and it went down. But still, we can rely on this box. But why is that? Because we are still in the bigger box, right? We were here, and the price was still in the box, in the bigger box. But as soon as that it breaks the box, we can put our pending orders, which is here. We're gonna put our entry level right above the box with considering the spread. Also, we're gonna put our stop loss here, and we're gonna take a risk reward ratio of 1 to 4. And as you can see, the price went up, it broke the box, the bigger box. Now the zone we found is reliable. So you can see the reaction on the chart. If you wanted to take 1 to 4 risk reward ratio, you could get the full TP here. So this is the first example. That was quite simple. I don't think that's you will need more explanation on this example. That was quite simple, I guess. So for another example that we're gonna have, let's see the charts in big picture here. Here I can see a king, and I'm gonna mark it with the box. And as you can see, the box helped the price to make a new high, the highest high here. So the break of this box is important, as you can see. And we're going to take the break. We should change the time frame, and this is the break. And the break of this king will be our last final king. So let me just remove other boxes. And let's go to 15-minute chart to see the candles better. So as you can see here, the last high before this low was here. And at first, here we had the minor move. It broke the line, so we had the minor. Then it went up, then we had the major move here. This is the major, minor, and major. So here I'm gonna take the minor, and in return, I'm gonna take the break of the king. And as you can see, the price broke the king we had here. So let me just simply change the time frame. Find the zone we had here. Okay, this is the high. And here you can see that we had a king. It held the price, and it caused a new high here. And in the return, we had its break, and we take it. So this will be our last king. And in this king, we're going to find the MPO. And by the way, this was the the trade we had today. So this is like a very fresh example just baked today. Here, let's see how we can find the final MPO. Here, as you can see, we should find a candle or even a pause it held the price. We have multiple options here. One is here. This pause here between the two candles, it held the price and it caused the high. Also, we're gonna have another one right here. But which one is more reliable for finding our MPLs? Let's just go back and let's see if we see something here. We don't see anything like any moves. That was our king that we already took it and the break, so we don't see anything here. So let's just go back to the two boxes we drew, and I'm gonna explain which one is more important for us. In this one, between the two candles, it held the price, but in return, it couldn't hold the price. You see, it broke it, and we have a break. But here, as you can see, this candle, simply this candle, it held the price, it caused the high, and in return, it could handle the price, and it held it. So this king and this zone will be our main king and box before the MPL. And here you simply take the break, which is here. Nothing is spinning more. Just we take the break. And in return, I'm gonna take the return, which is our final and last MPL. But here, as you can see, the price went down and consumed the king. But how we can be sure that still this king will be valid for our trade? The reason is that we are still inside the box, the bigger box that we drew here. So still, this box will be valid for our future trade. So here, we put our pending orders right above the box. The entry level will be here, and considering the spread. We put our stop loss here, and you're going to have a 1-to-4 risk reward ratio, which will be somewhere here. That's it for today, and as you can see, we managed to take 2 trades on the market, and by using only those 3 methods that we already have on the channel, you could be able to take this trade today on the pound GPY.